I'm going to a wolf hunt now. I usually leave this early in the middle of the night. Are 6 hours of drive to the forest. After all, this is Canada. I will tell you an unusual story. Let me introduce you to the world of dark inventors. I'm part of them. Of course, I will conceal my identity. That is why I wear the face mask, not against the China virus. By the way, this virus was invented also by some dark inventors. But those are in a different group.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Can you break into his car GPS? I'll give you the license plate number. Appreciate it. Makes my job a lot easier. Okay, keep me informed.
Some people often talk about alien technology. I can tell you now the bad news. Nothing is alien about flying saucers or mysteries about the pyramids or other stuff like that. The dark inventors along human history are behind all of this. Something like Captain Nemo from Jules Verne's book. My group is not too large. I can't tell you how many are part of it for obvious reasons. We are living in many corners of the world and keep in touch with the help of the internet today. Our main base is in Siberia, where can be built the finished large-scale experimental devices. The facility is owned by some Russian billionaires. The local government freeloaders are paid off, of course. Politicians are worthless entities for our goals. Our main experiment right now evolves around the idea of curving space, and to create a propulsion system what can be used in a flying craft. This is a driving stop after an hour drive. Propulsion with curving space is way more efficient than rockets. Later I will give you some hints how it actually works. For example, with energy source of just 100 horsepower, it's possible to put 3 men on the surface of the moon. Or a larger flying craft can take passengers to Mars in not more than 10 days. 10 days because human body can't resist for too much acceleration for long periods of time. Cargo ships, in other hand, can get to Mars in 2 days. That is the reason why our investors in Siberia, who dream to become the future's first space tourism operators. You think that must be a catch in all this futuristic optimism. Yes, there is also a dark side to all this. Look at that, sun is rising soon. Everything what mankind created can be subject to theft, what leads to violence and ultimately to war. 10 Commandments clearly states, don't steal. It doesn't mention, don't go to war. Theft is a basic sin. War is not. Innovations always were causing conflicts. But without innovations, we still would be a tree-climbing species. We talk about war and inventions. Here is the example of Leonardo da Vinci. More than half of his inventions were war machines. The majority of inventions were used in wars along history. Scientists are amateurs. Inventors are the real professionals. Scientists follow the rules learned in school. Inventors are who break the known rules or make new ones. Education for some makes them to live in the past and be proud of their history. That is creating the losers. Losers always blaming their misfortune on their bad history, like politicians. Winners should live for the future and then can create new things. Let's stop here on the side of the road for a break. Inventors who invent war machines, like most of us, are predators like tigers. For example, in the past, many times disputes between real inventors were settled in dueling to death. Let me tell you in a nutshell the principle of internal space curving propulsion. First of all, what is internal curved space? Any material what is in acceleration is curving space inside of itself. That is the new concept. You don't find this digital theory in regular publications. Old Newton called it inertia, but with his vectorial explanations, we don't get too far. Next thing, any material traveling on a circular trajectory is in acceleration compared to the center of trajectory. Centrifugal force is called. Take, for example, a rotating gyroscope. This one creates an enormous force, but outwards in all directions. Make a virtual cut on the middle, and we end up with a sideways moving system. This system can accelerate and use only a constant energy input, becomes an independent reference system. How can we make a health gyroscope? Well, here is becoming secret, the Siberia experiment. One thing is important in this world: power. Power comes in many shapes. Some say money, some say weapons, some say knowledge. Basically, something that takes you out of the swamp. Yes, I arrived after 6 hours to my wolf hunting area. Here I got most of my innovations ideas. I'm using a Winchester 94 this time. The first small town is 50 kilometers away from here. It is more relaxation for me than hunting. Nature can inspire me in many ways. The laws of physics cannot be broken, in the contrast to laws of society, what we can break any time. This time I won. This was an intellectual adrenaline rush for me. The wolves will take care of the cleanup.